Greeting someone in Portuguese is quite literally the first thing you are going to do when you see those people in your life, whether it's your neighbours or your extended family. So we might as well learn to do it with perfect pronunciation and the type of words and phrases that native speakers will use themselves. I mean, there's nothing worse than having your cover blown as a beginner as soon as you open your mouth, right? So that's what we are covering today on the channel. So settle in, give the video a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to give me an early Christmas present, yeah, it's not too early for the C word. Over half of you that watch the channel are not actually subscribed. So if you would do that right now, I could double my following and I'd be really, really happy. Quick reminder, I am Liz and this is Talk the Streets. I help people boost their confidence and conversation skills in Portuguese, and greetings are where conversations start, so let's go. Now, you probably already know the word for hello, nice and straightforward, olá. So I'm going to give you some more options that are both formal and informal so you can mix it up. Let's start with an informal one that I like to use because I used to use it all the time in Brazil. Alô. I like it because it sounds similar to English and it also makes me feel like I'm back in Brazil. That's how I used to answer the phone there. Another super Portuguese way of greeting people that is informal is the word então. It literally means hey or so then. There was a guy who I went to university with in Coimbra and the way he would always greet us was então, bem disposta, which is like, hi there, in a good mood? And I always thought it was really funny. You will probably also hear older gentlemen in the street greeting each other with this. Então, pá. Pá means dude or man. That's the kind of closest translation we can have. It's a very colloquial word. So listen out for it, but don't use it on your grandma. Of course, you may want to be more formal. So the best way to do that in Portuguese, if you're greeting someone, is to use good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Now, this is important. It's a kind of a cultural thing that the Portuguese actually prefer this as the greeting rather than hello. They think it's more polite. So rather than just saying desculpe and launching into a question, they actually prefer it for you to greet them and say good morning, noon, or night. So let's practice your pronunciation of those. Bom dia. Boa tarde. Boa noite. Now, you need to be really careful with the bom in bom dia. It's not an M sound, it's actually a nasal O that we have there, bom. And I do have tips on how to improve this inside my free lesson for beginners, which is linked in the description. If you need some help with pronunciation, that is the perfect place to get started. Please also watch your endings of tarde and noite. When words end in an E, it's a closed E, okay? It's not tarde, as you would hear in Spanish, for example. We actually want to make it more of like a half a syllable, and honestly, when the Portuguese is speaking fast, this can get completely cut off. So look out for that. Something people often ask me is, when does tarde, afternoon, become the noite? And to be honest, it varies. I hear people saying it all sorts of ways, but a good indicator is noite is probably after you've had dinner, but then again, the Portuguese have dinner really, really late. So you can hear people saying boa tarde right into the late evening. Another way to abbreviate all of these and simply say hi is boas. Just don't forget that that final S needs to be a sh sound. And if you haven't seen somebody for a long time, you could even say há tanto tempo. It's been a long time. Who do you usually greet in Portuguese, and who are you going to use these on? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear why you're learning and who you are practicing with. So what about asking somebody how they are? Now, the most common one for this is tudo bem? And again, hopefully you heard it. That's not an M sound there at the end of the word bem. It's a nasal E. So watch out for that and make sure you're getting your nasal sounds right. Some more examples, nice and simple. Como estás? That's the informal one. If you're being formal, you will say como está? Another really nice natural one. Como tens andado? Como tens andado? This is more like, how have you been going, okay? Again, if we want to be formal, we have to change the verb there, which is tens. That's the informal version of ter, and change it to tem. Como tem andado? If you want to make it really easy on yourself, you can simply use the word okay, like we have in English, but make sure it sounds Portuguese. So you can say, tudo ok? Now, for your answer, I am prepping a whole lesson on emotions, so look out for that one. It's coming out very soon. But I also did this video a little while ago with lots of different responses to tudo bem. The most common one is actually tudo bem. Actually, all you have to do is change the intonation from a question to an answer. So it would be tudo bem? Question, tudo bem? Answer. So if you want some more ideas of how to answer more creatively, not just everything's okay, then check that video out next. I'll link it in the description. Once you have had your lovely interaction, it is time to say goodbye. So here are a few ideas for that. Ciao! Nice and easy, I use it all the time. You've definitely heard me say this one. Beijinhos! Now, this does mean little kisses, and it feels a little bit weird for us because in English we would never see somebody in the street and at the end go, all right then, little kisses. That would be super weird. But it's very, very common here in Portugal to end a conversation and give the person kisses. A really important word that you could need here is até. This means until. So we can use this to say, see you later, see you soon, see you tomorrow, see you next time, okay? So that one little word, até, can give us all of these different options. So let's hear them. Até já, which is usually abbreviated to até já. Até logo. Até amanhã. Até a próxima. Até para a semana. So with just that one little word, you can formulate lots of different responses. So you did it. You are all set to greet your Portuguese friends and maybe even make some new ones. Let me know what other practical situations you need help with in the comments, and I'll be back next time. Até para a semana.